Good morning, dear students. This is Uma Devi, your science teacher. I think all the chapters have been completed in science. So, I am revising the chapter metals and non-metals in this period. Okay. Dear students, you have already known that about 118 elements have been discovered up to now. The elements are generally classified into metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals. Only one character only one property cannot sufficient for for an element to tell whether the element is metal or non-metal. So by observing a group of properties we can tell the element whether it is metal or non-metal. So let us discuss the properties of metals and non-metals one by one. Okay, dear students, in the chapter metals and non-metals, some topics have been skipped for the due to the reason of COVID-19. So here the learning concepts are given. First one, physical properties of metals. Second one, chemical properties of metals. Reaction of metal and non-metals. Occurrence of metals. Corrosion and other points. You have to learn these points and some topics have been skipped. First, let us discuss about physical properties of metals and non-metals. Physical properties of metals. At metal side, you see solids at room temperature. Means metals are solids at room temperature. One exception is mercury. That the symbol of mercury is Hg. It is liquid in room. It is liquid at room temperature. In the first point, non-metals are solids. They may be solids, liquids or gases. Only one non-metal is present. About all 118 elements, only two elements are liquids. Only two elements are liquids. One is metal and the other is non-metal. The liquid metal is mercury, the symbol is Hg, and the liquid non-metal is bromine, the symbol is Br. So, metals, non-metals may be solids, liquid is only one, bromine, and gases. The example for solid is carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, etc. And the second point is metals have high melting point and boiling point. Metals have high melting point and boiling point. Can you melt the iron easily? No. At thousands of Kelvin temperature, it can only melt. So, if as melting point is high, the boiling point is also high. So, metals have high melting point and boiling point. Non-metals have low melting point and boiling points. Usually means generally metals are hard. Generally metals are hard. Exception sodium, potassium and lithium. Metals are hard. They cannot be cut with a knife. But sodium and potassium, I think all of you have observed the sodium metal in your 8th standard class. Okay. The sodium metal, it looks like the eraser. It can be cut with a knife. So, it is the sodium and potassium are exceptions for the hardness of the metal. These are not hard metals. These are soft metals. Sodium and potassium are soft metals. In non-metal side, these are not hard. Exception diamond. Diamond is the hardest natural non-metal. Diamond is the hardest natural non-metal. Okay, the fourth point is metals conduct electricity. I have written here simply conduct electricity. It is also enough. Then non-metals do not conduct electricity. But graphite, you can see the graphite in your pencils. Okay. Through the graphite, we can conduct electricity. So, metals, all the metals, iron, through the aluminum, through the copper, through the iron wire, electricity can conduct. But through the non-metals, electricity cannot conduct. So, metals conduct electricity, non-metals do not conduct electricity. But one exception is there, through the graphite, means it is carbon. Through the graphite, electricity will be conducted. So, it is exception. Then, metals are good conductors of heat. Not only they are good conductors of electricity, they are also good conductors of heat. The best conductors of heat are the first one silver and the second one copper. We cannot use silver all the time, means for cooking also. But with the steel utensils, the copper will be coated at the bottom. So we can use copper bottom vessels because copper is the good best conductor of heat. So it heats soon the dishes. So it heats well. So through the copper, heat conducts very fast. Ag means silver and copper are the best conductors of heat. Poor conductors of heat are Pb and Hg, means lead and mercury. Non-metals are the bad conductors of heat. Bad conductors of heat. And the sixth point is, these are ductile, means metals have the property ductility. We can say ductility property, or we can say these are ductile. Non-metals are non-ductile. Ductility means the property of metals which can be drawn into wires, thin wires. We can draw that can be drawn into thin wires. ತೆಳುವಾದ ತಂತಿಗಳನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅವನ್ನ ಎಳಿಬಹುದು. These are non-metals are not ductile. And the seventh point is, these are malleable. These are malleable. Malleability means it is the property of metals that can be, it is the property of metals which can be beaten into thin sheets. Property of metals which can be beaten into thin sheets. ತೆಳುವಾದ ತಗಡಾಗಿ ಅವನ್ನ ತಟ್ಟಬಹುದು. That is called malleability. And non-metals are not malleable. The eighth point is, these are sonorous. These are sonorous and the non-metals are not sonorous. Sonorous means metals produce typical sound. Metals produce typical sound when striking to a hard surface. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾದಂಥ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ಗೆ ಬಡಿದಾಗ ಟಿಪಿಕಲ್ ಸೌಂಡನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ. ದೀಸ್ non-metals ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೊನೋರಸ್. ಇದ್ಲಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವ ಸಲ್ಫರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ಗೆ ಬಡಿದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಸೌಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ರಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಸೌಂಡ್, ಡನ್ 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 ಅಂತ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಲ್ವ ಗಂಟೆಗೆ, ಆ ಥರ ಟಿಪಿಕಲ್ ಸೌಂಡ್. And the ninth point is metals have luster, or metals are lustrous in pure state. Lustrous means shining surface. Metals have shining surface in pure state. But after some time, metals react with the oxygen or other substances present in the air. They lose lustrous and become black or get other color. And the non-metals are not lustrous, means they do not have shining surface. But exceptions are iodine and graphite. In the pencil, you can see the graphite, it shines very well. Okay. And iodine, you can see the iodine in the iodized salt, it also shines very well. So, iodine and graphite are the non-metals which are lustrous. which have lustrous. Usually non-metals are not lustrous. These two are the exceptions. And examples for the metals are iron, copper, aluminium, magnesium, etc. These are hard metals. The soft metal is the sodium, potassium, etc. And in this side, in the non-metal side, the examples are C means carbon. It means coal, charcoal, because carbon occurs in different forms. Allotropes. These are called allotropes of carbon. Carbon means coal, charcoal, soot, diamond, fullerene, graphite, etc. Okay. Carbon. S means sulfur. H2 hydrogen. First two are solid nonmetals. Hydrogen and oxygen are gaseous nonmetals. Okay, the liquid nonmetal is bromine. You should not forget it. Okay, here is the definition for malleability. Property of metals can be beaten into thin sheet is called malleability. Most malleable metals are Au and Ag, means gold and silver. Ductility. Property of metals can be drawn into thin wires is called ductility. Most ductile metal is gold. Means how it is most ductile? About 2 kilometer length can be drawn from 1 gram of gold. From 1 gram of gold, about 2 kilometer length can be drawn. 1 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೋಲ್ಡಿಂದ 2 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ತೆಳುವಾದ ತಂತಿನ ನಾವು ಎಳಿಬೋದು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಡಕ್ಟೈಲ್ ಮೆಟಲ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ sonorous. Property of metals to produce a typical sound on striking to a hard surface. ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿರೋ ಸರ್ಫೇಸಿಗೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೊಡೆದಾಗ ಟಿಪಿಕಲ್ ಸೌಂಡನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಷಲ್. These are the physical properties of metals. These are the physical properties of metals. Now we shall discuss about the chemical properties of metals. Chemical properties of metals are based on the chemical properties. When metals burns in air, what will happen? Usually burns in air. Anything burns in air means that substance is reacting with oxygen to produce energy in the form of heat and light. So, what will happen when metals burns in air? Almost all metals combine with oxygen to form metal oxides. Almost all metals combine with oxygen to form metal oxides. First, metals combine with oxygen to form metal oxides. ಯಾವುದೇ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆದಾಗ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್. If copper combines with oxygen, copper oxide is formed. If iron combines with oxygen, iron oxide is formed. If aluminium combines with oxygen, aluminium oxide is formed. You have to concentrate on the chemical formula of the oxides. Okay. First one, when copper is heated in air, it combines with oxygen to form copper second oxide, a black oxide. Here you can observe copper second oxide because copper exhibits variable valency. Okay, so it exhibits valency 2. That's why here it has written copper second oxide. It is a black oxide. It is also a reversible reaction. When hydrogen is passed on this copper oxide, then again it gains luster or lustrous. ಇದು ಏನಿದೆ, ಕಾಪರನ್ನ ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ನಾವು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಂತೇನು ಬರ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಮೇಣದ ಬತ್ತಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, it combines with oxygen to form copper second oxide. It is a black oxide. ಆ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕೋಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕಾಪರ್ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕೋಟ್. ಆನ್ ಇಟ್, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಥರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಗೇನ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಆನ್ ಇಟ್, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ನ ನಾವು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್, ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕಾಪರ್ ಅದೇ ಥರ ಮೊದಲು ಹೇಗಿತ್ತೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್. ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ aluminum oxide. 4 aluminum plus 3 oxygen. The 4 atoms of aluminum reacts with 3 molecules of oxygen to form Al2O3. This is aluminum oxide. Al2 means valency of oxygen is 2. O3 means valency of aluminum is 3. Okay. Here aluminum combines with oxygen to give aluminum oxide. The next one is the next one. Here usually acids combines with bases to give salt and water. In the same manner, bases combines with acids to give salt and water. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆದರೂ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಬೇಸ್ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆದರೂ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಇಫ್ ಎನ್ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಕಂಬೈನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಬಿ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟರ್, ದೆನ್ ದ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿ ಈಸ್ ಬೇಸ್. If a base combines with a substance B to form salt and water, then we can consider the substance B is acid. ಬೇಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆದಾಗ ಅದು ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಬೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ಸ್, ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಕಂಬೈನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ಸ್. Metals combines with oxygen to give metal oxides. All the metal oxides are basic in nature. We can test it with the moist litmus paper. The red litmus turns into blue. Okay, it shows that metal oxides are basic in nature. So how copper oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid? We have learned that metal oxides are basic in nature. Some metal oxides such as aluminum oxide, zinc oxide show both acidic as well as basic behavior. Means some oxides show both behaviors, acidic and basic behavior. Such metal oxides react with both acids as well as bases to produce salt and water, are known as amphoteric oxides. Aluminum oxide reacts in the following manner with acids and bases. In the examination, they can ask like this: prove that aluminum oxide is an amphoteric oxide with the chemical reactions. You have to write both the equations. Okay. Next, most metal oxides are insoluble in water, but some of these dissolve in water to form alkalis. Sodium oxide and potassium oxide dissolve in water to produce alkalis as follows. Sodium oxide plus water, it gives sodium hydroxide. Potassium oxide plus water to give potassium hydroxide. Aqua means it is dissolved in water. Okay, dear students, let us stop here. We shall continue in the next period.